We are live. Hello, I am Ty Johnson, Dungeon Master for this session of 5th edition's Dungeons and Dragons game from the Unnamed Adventurers Guild. I will go through real quick and let each of the players give an introduction of themselves and their characters. And I will start with Matthew.
I'm Matt. I'm playing Harbeck Harbeck Bronze Anvil. He is on a mission to make the best weapon ever. Mechanically, he's a third level cleric of the Forge.
Okay. Next up, Alex.
I'm Alex. I'll be playing Serena Wave Rider, a Triton girl who's come from an underwater tribe who's been touched by the elven god, Deep Shashalas, who's coming up from the water to make new friends and try to convince elves to come into the ocean because it's nice down there. But she realizes that the surface world's a harsher than she expected, and she's trying to help people as much as she can now.
Okay. Next up, Brandon.
Who is this Brandon? My name is Maurice Finnegas. I am a priest of Shanti. I like long walks on the beach, a good sip of tea and ale every now and again. And my friend at last has finally joined me after so long. Mongo, how are you?
Okay. Next up, we can have Ryan with Mongo.
I'm Ryan. I'm playing Mongo. He took too many shots in the head as a soldier, and now his vocabulary is not as large. He's lost a few points in intelligence and wisdom, and he usually just walks around smashing things and following Maurice.
That sounds good. And last but not least, William.
Yes, hello, my name is Will. I will be playing my character Tallahassee because nobody can actually pronounce his name correctly. He just goes by Tallahassee now. A on-again, off-again thief who tries to stay out of jail, but not necessarily out of trouble.
Okay. Sounds like he should be a good mix. For anyone who is new to the guild or new to gaming online, if you have any questions and at any point need to stop the session, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. I and other experienced players are more than willing to answer questions and stuff like that.
He doesn't speak for all of us.
Okay. I speak for myself and anybody who agrees with me. For those who don't agree with me, they can go screw.
I was only kidding. Oh.
The guild is mainly based out of the city of Illumina, for anyone watching. But today's adventure, let's see. Well, I'm trying to do a screen sharing here, and Google Hangouts is sort of cooperating, sort of maybe not. Let me cancel it and try it again. If I can. Okay.
I think there's been a problem with the apps lately.
Yeah, it seems to kind of come and go. Okay, let's see. Okay, do you all see a map with Illumina on it?
I see Ondo.
Trion.
Yeah.
Okay, it's showing the wrong thing then. Let me see if I can... Well, that's Ondo Tyrion, so...
It's like, oh, Illumina's a small world.
Very small.
Well, I'm actually only going to show a fairly small part of it anyway. Here we go. This is over here. Now I'm guessing you can see the map with Illumina. Lots of green and blue.
Indeed.
And brown. Okay. Well, over here's Illumina. And for those who haven't been here, over here's the town of Andoterion near the mountains. There's lots of mining over in here. In fact, for those who know him, Pincus, the head of the guild in Illumina, actually has rather large mining contract in these mountains. So he makes a lot of money from there. But today's adventure is in the town of, or at least starts in the town of Andoterion. It's about a 3-day walk from Illumina to Andoterion. So I'm just going to say you guys are already there. But if there's something you wanted to do in Illumina or on the way, just, before you left, just let me know. And Andoterion is a walled town. It's definitely bigger than a village, but it's nowhere near the size of Illumina. And there is the Unnamed Adventurers Guild does have a office there, I guess you could say. And come on. Trying to screen. No, don't do that. Trying to screen.
The portal has been opened.
Yes. You're all transported to another world. Okay, now can you see Andoterion again?
Yes.
Okay. Even though you're coming from the west, the road circles around and enters through the walls on the east. And you don't really need to know all these places. It's a town. It's going to have your usual stuff, your blacksmith and an inn and things like that. But up here, building 14 is actually the guild's hall, the Unnamed Adventurers Guild Hall for this. And in Andoterion, the guild has been quiet for about the last year. Those of you who've been around long enough might remember or have heard stories of, maybe a year or two ago, there was a lot going on around Andoterion. The Black Queen, or a figure known as the Black Queen or Dark Queen, was busy over there up to a lot of no-nonsense stuff. But it's been fairly quiet there, so a lot of you probably, if any of you, probably don't know the guild leader there. His name is Federo. You've been told he's a human cleric of knowledge. And I'll just have you guys arriving in town again, unless there's something you wanted to do beforehand.
No.
Okay, and I'll pretty much just say you came more or less as a group. I mean, you didn't necessarily have to, but for ease of sake, I'll say you're arriving in town about the same time. There is a wall, and there are guards in the wall. And their uniforms are different than the city guards of Illumina, but they also wear patches that seem to show there's some kind of connection to Illumina. And you're all there.
Oh, so tired. It's a long walk. Why did we have to walk here? Why do you humans walk at all?
Just when you think about it, there is only land, and we are made for walking. And there's a boots pun in there somewhere.
Sure beats crawling.
I wish the sky was also an ocean so I could just swim everywhere.
You are an interesting one. I like you.
Thank you.
Hey, I don't want to be like, the party pooper over here, but if you turn the sky into water, we wouldn't be able to breathe, I don't think.
You wouldn't be able to breathe.
Actually, yes, you're right. I can't quite do that. Or can I do that yet? I'm not entirely sure. Questions for later.
Okay, I wouldn't be able to breathe. Therefore, it's not a good idea.
It's not that I grow gills, but I've been told that it's you know what? Let's just not talk about that right now.
Yeah, TMI there, buddy. TMI.
I don't get it. Is it a human thing that you can do?
Indeed, it is. Indeed, it is. Right, Mongo, stop scaring the horses. Come up here.
From the open portcullis that's in the wall going into the city, a dwarf in a uniform and chain armor and carrying a axe walks out. And he walks up to you guys and he's like, can I help you here? What's your business?
Maurice is actually silent for a second. He's used to traveling around with Aurel or someone else who is more senior, and is really yet to realize that he's the highest. Or I don't know. Have I been in the guild longer than these other characters? I know Mongo, and for certain, I don't know about your character, Matt.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you have been.
We're here to talk to somebody called Fedaro. Fedego.
Federo.
The dwarf's like, Federo. Well, you guys must be from the Unnamed Adventurers Guild in Aluminum.
Indeed, we are. I was just about to get to that. And he would walk up and put his hand forward. Hello there, good sir. My name is Maurice Finnegas. What is yours?
He takes your hand and shakes it and says, "I'm Captain Stonehammer. I'm in charge of the guild here, or not the guild. I'm in charge of the watch here. Welcome. The Unnamed Adventurers Guild is always welcome here, especially after you guys saved our town a couple of years ago. Just follow me, and I'll take you to the local guild hall. And his name is Federo. He's sort of a retired priest in charge of your all's wing of the guild here."
What does retired mean?
In his case, it means he's not actively leading a temple anywhere.
Oh.
I think that means he's not very smart.
No. The dwarf, Captain Stonehammer, will say no. Federo's pretty smart fella. Maybe too smart in some ways. He tends to be on the bookish side.
But I'm told he is a cleric of knowledge. Do you know what god he follows?
Oh, I don't particularly know which god he follows, because, like I said, he's sort of retired, so he doesn't do a lot of what's the word for it? Evangelizing, I guess, would be one way to put it. I
don't like book people. They scare me.
Yeah, I wouldn't like people made out of books either. Too combustible.
Well,
I believe we are seeing the creation of a new dynamic duo. No? Just me? All right.
I don't get it.
You shouldn't. All right, let's go.
I just follow Maurice. I don't know what's going on.
He will take you north through town, and like I said, you can see it's sort of a typical town. Your group is actually rather large, being strangers, so people walking by will kind of give you glances, but nobody seems overly hostile. Nobody's giving you dirty looks or anything like that, especially since you're with the captain. And he'll take you along a northern path into the northern part of Endotirion and leads you up to a rather long building. And he'll walk you up to the front stoop and says, "Well, this is your all's local guild hall. Go on in." He'll open the door. He's like, "The front entrance is for pretty much anybody to come in, at least guild members. Federo should be with you at any minute once he hears that you're here."
Question.
Tallahassee will look at the dwarf and just say, "Oh, Captain, my captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack, and the prize we've sought is won."
He's like, "What, you want a prize?"
Life is a prize, my friend. He'll salute and then walk in the door.
He'll kind of give a half-hearted salute back, and then he just walks away shaking his head, and under his breath he's mumbling bards.
Wait, I have a question.
Sure, yes.
Why is
What?
your last name named after stone and hammers?
Because that's the name my dad had.
Well,
Okay.
if you think about it, Stonehammer, he is a lead of the watch, correct? So I'm sure he's had to use a hammer in his time or two. So
Yes, I've had to use hammers on more than one occasion, usually on orc heads or occasionally gnolls or goblins or even giants.
and yes, Mr. Stonehammer, you seem incredibly capable.
Nah, when it comes to smashing heads, I'm pretty good at that. And drinking ale.
So Tallahassee at this point will take Serena, just kind of off to the side a little bit and just start going on about, let me tell you about illicit substances. You see, there's stoned and then there's hammered. And then he's going to go into a little bit of detail about getting stoned and getting hammered so that she can understand the name Stoned Hammer.
So he's both of those things?
Apparently all the time. I'm surprised he
So-
was able to find the house we were supposed to go to, let alone walk up the steps.
So are the rest of you like that?
No, my name's Tallahassee. I'm nowhere near stoned or hammered.
He's from Florida. Likes car racing.
I don't.
Yeah, that'll work.
So what happens if somebody has a last name named Hammered and Stoned, or don't have that name, and then they get hammered and stoned? Are they not hammered and stoned?
No, typically if that happens, then they end up in jail. Illicit substances, they're illegal. Most places anyway.
It seems awful. So only stoned people with stone and hammer in their names can get stoned and hammered.
Legally.
Coming up to the door is a fellow dressed in a plain, or coming out the door is a fellow dressed in a plain tunic. He looks like he's a half elf. And he's like, are you the fellows from Illumina with the guild?
Yes, sir. Are you Federo?
No, I'm one of the servants here. My name's Ganja.
Well, nice to meet you, Ganja.
You're more than welcome to come on in, though, to the front room.
Another half elf.
And I'll let the other servants know, Mary Jane and Bush, and and little weed.
We're just going all the way with it. Oh goodness.
Hey, I didn't start it. I'm just going with it.
You see, I wasn't gonna say anything if it was just ganja, but
I was thinking the same thing.
yeah.
And okay, in all fairness, maybe he's lying. Maybe he just overheard the conversation and is having a little fun with it. But
So
he's
I
like,
guess we go in the smoke shack.
Yes, the smoke shack. Yes, you can come in. And the front room is a fairly nice place with stone floor, and there are rugs down, and there's a table off to one side, and there are chairs throughout, and they look like it's pretty nice furnishings, actually. You might even expect somebody fairly wealthy to have these furnishings. I mean, there's not like gems carved into the chair legs or anything like that, but it is pretty nice stuff. And Ganja will say, yeah, if you don't mind, have a seat, and I will let Federo know you're here. And then Ganja goes on into another room. Through another
Does anyone
door.
have some water?
Well, I have a water skin.
Please. I used all my water on the way here.
Sure. I can only imagine what for. And he'd hand you the water skin.
And I just start squirting it on myself and
That's
using
what I
cantrip
thought.
control water and using it like moisturizer.
The guild just gets more interesting every day. This is great. It's
I
fantastic.
don't know why you guys drink water. It's crazy.
But what do you drink, if not water?
Well, I don't drink water. I put it on my skin.
Is that how... Once again, questions for later.
So many questions.
I'm
Yeah, like
jotting
how
them
do
all
you guys
down.
not pop like balloons when you drink too much?
That's the key. You drink just the right amount. Otherwise, if we do drink a little bit more, it's like say maybe a little bit more than 3 glasses, we get bloated like me.
Yeah, water caused that.
Indeed.
Actually, the door Ganja went through opens up again after a few minutes. You guys are sitting there talking, and out walks a tall, older human, probably in his 60s, but he appears in fairly good health. He's wearing long, dark, purplish robes, and around his neck is a silver chain, and from it hangs a little silver symbol that's shaped like a book that's opened to the middle. And do what?
Sorry, I thought you were done. I was gonna say obligatory religion check.
Sure.
I get a -1.
That's a 19, actually.
Yeah, it's not that difficult. I'll write the name. Denier, who is a god of knowledge and writing. And he actually, this human, when he walks out, actually has a book in both of his hands. One is hanging to his side with a finger inside the book, and the other book he's holding up and reading. And this human walks into the room and then with a foot reaches back and shuts the door behind him. He seems to be ignoring you or not aware that any of you are there for a moment, but he walks across the room.
Like really aged?
No, I mean, he's in his 60s, but he's not his early 60s, and appears relatively healthy. Got short, whitish hair.
Okay.
So he's not like majorly ancient. And he'll sit down, and then he puts both his books on the table and looks up. Ganja tells me that you are here. I am Federo, the head of this arm of the Unnamed Adventurers Guild. I don't believe I know any of you, but welcome.
Hi, I'm Serena.
Hi, you are. What are you exactly? And he's looking. He seems to have a keen interest in Serena. Suddenly,
Nah, book people. I'm a Triton. How does nobody know of my race?
A Triton. Oh, I think I've read about Triton some, but I didn't know if it was real or if it was just a fable or a myth.
Closer to myth, I'd say.
Closer to myth, except you're here in front of me. Oh, well, I didn't think your kind would be able to leave the water. But, oh well. The reason you're all here, you probably know the basics, but north of town, outside of Endotirion a few miles, there's an older house that has sat there empty for some while. Apparently, the person who lived there passed away 4 or 5 years ago. And the house was left to one of the local mining captains, a man by the name of Stan Pott. And he wanted to, Stan wanted to move into the house, but he says it's haunted and he can't move in. So he is willing to pay the guild to take care of the situation that's going on there. He says there's a ghost, perhaps what I've read of called a poltergeist. He says every time he goes in the house, it starts throwing things and screaming at him. So again, he's asked the guild for help, and well, I put out the call, and here you are. I would have dealt with the situation myself, but I'm busy here with my books and other things. I do help run some mining operations around here for Pincus.
Well, I guess we can go look at the house. Is that some sort of creature? And
How long have you been here?
Oh, I've been here about 4 years.
oh,
I've been here about 4 years now.
No.
Let's
Okay.
see.
Oh,
And really, go ahead.
from one cleric to another cleric, one man of the cloth to another. I haven't exactly performed any kind of exorcism in my day. I think I know the basics of how I might go about it. But do you have any pointers? This is a first for me.
Well,
you've been exercising. Isn't that close to the same thing?
Oh, believe me, it is nowhere near as painful to exercise.
Well, from what this miner has explained to me, like I said, it sounds like this is a poltergeist, which is a relatively minor manifestation, so I wouldn't believe you would have too many problems with it. It shouldn't be overly dangerous. But the key is to stand stalwart, to stand strong, present your holy symbol with full faith, and to show no weakness. And then if that doesn't work, run.
Sounds easy enough.
Or we can send Mongo. I hear he likes breaking things.
It is true, he is fond of that.
Mongo smash.
Yes, yes, Mongo, but we have to be very selective in what you smash this time. No smashing the house. You can smash the ghost all you want.
Ghost gets smashed.
Candygram for Mongo.
Does it have any sort of weakness or anything that it's resistant to?
If it's a poltergeist, I believe they only come out at night. Or that's usually when they show themselves. Well, show is not the appropriate word to use, as poltergeists can't be seen. But they're usually only active at night, or most active at night. That's if it is indeed a poltergeist.
So for us non-priestly types, how do we hurt it?
Very carefully.
We can shout mean words at it.
A poltergeist is a form of specter, which I don't know if any of you have run across specters before, but it's kind of a minor form of ghost. They can be harmed by normal weapons, though not easily. So they can be destroyed with regular weapons, but in this case, it sounds like the ghost is not seen, so that will cause some troubles of its own. One thing you might try to do is pour something porous on the ground, or perhaps spread some flour or something on the ground. I'm not sure if that would work, but it might show footprints or something like that, so you can see where this thing is standing. Or you could use some kind of
flood the house.
I suppose.
Again, that whole breathing thing.
I mean, I could put a little bit of water in there.
That is an interesting idea. I wasn't expecting the poltergeist to be able to leave any kind of footprint, but if that will work, then by God,
Well,
we're
I,
gonna do it.
to be honest, I don't know if that will work or not. I've not dealt with this particular spirit, but I have heard of such things working in some cases. There are different types of ghosts of different power levels. Some more stronger than others. Some are deadly, some are not. Poltergeists generally are not overly deadly. They're more troublesome than anything. And again, I'm just going by what Stan has told me this sounds like. It sounds to me like it's a poltergeist from my readings.
So, can you mumbo jumbo up some holy water or something? Would that work?
Holy water could possibly hurt it. And sure, give me a moment. At the moment, I believe I've got a few vials of holy water I can let you. Well, I'll use the term.
That's a good idea.
I'll use the term borrow. If you do not use the holy water, please bring it back to me. If you do use it, that's understandable in the situation.
Okay.
He'll clap.
Fair enough.
He'll clap his hands, and the door will open again, and Ganja comes out and says, "Yes, sir." And Federo is like, "Bring those 3 vials of holy water that we have on hand, if you would." And Ganja nods and walks off. A minute later, he comes back with 3. They look like little potion bottles, but he'll kind of just stand there and present them to the party and say, "There are 3 vials of holy water." And Federo is like, "Unfortunately, that's all I have on hand at the moment. But you are more than welcome to use it."
Tallahassee will reach up or reach in and take one and kind of set it in his belt pouch there and say, "Thanks, appreciate it. See if this works or not. If it does, then I'll let you know. And if it doesn't, no harm, no foul. You'll get your water back."
I'd like the other 2.
Actually, I was going to see if I could have at least one for Mongo.
Oh, sure.
Mongo thirsty.
Not quite Mongo. We might be able to use it. We might be able to use it to splash on your weapons or something.
And as soon as you say that, Tallahassee just kind of looks at you and taps his forehead. He gives you that whole, "Hey, I know what you're thinking because I was thinking the exact same thing."
Yep, Maurice would wink.
I'm
I
going to lean
don't
to
use any
Harbeck
weapons.
and I'm going to ask him, what's holy water? What's the difference between regular water and holy water? I don't get it. Why is it so important?
Holy water is blessed with divine power, so it burns anything that's evil.
Now that makes sense. Okay, thank you.
Then go ahead.
Maurice thinks
Unless
in his
it's
head.
unholy water, then it burns anything that's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully you won't run across that. And Ganja will leave the room. And Federo will give you all directions. You'll actually be backtracking a little bit along the road you came in. You can see the map, which hopefully you can. The house is just off the road. In fact, it's about where this little bend is up here. It's between the grasslands and where the hills start. And that looks mostly like farming land where the grasslands are. The house sits about 100 yards off the road. In fact, you all probably passed it coming in. And if let's see, Tallahassee has the highest passive perception, so he may have noticed it was just a 2-story old gray house. That's really all you could tell from a distance. It did appear to have some kind of like fenced in yard. The fence was kind of old black iron.
Sounds
So
familiar.
Huh. Imagine that. And Federal will say, well, if there's anything else you gentlemen need, and lady, while you're here in town, if you need accommodations for the night or food, you're more than welcome to come here to the guild hall, and that's why we're here. But if there's anything else, I'll leave you to it, and I'll go back to my work.
I hope it rains.
Appreciate it. I'm going to kind of just mosey off and have a seat on one of the chairs and wait.
Serena, roll a d20.
Thank the gods. 16.
It's raining.
Yes.
It's actually a little
I go
hard.
outside.
It's not pouring down
Go
extreme.
outside.
It's not storming, but it is raining kind of hard. Not like hard enough, not hard enough to be painful or anything like that, but hard enough to be annoyance to the other humanoids.
I use my
Mongo,
shield as an umbrella.
Mongo, could you come over here and lean over?
Mongo does what he is asked.
Thank you, Mongo.
Mongo's getting wet. Maurice, not so much. If you go outside. Anyway.
Maurice's
I
belly.
love getting wet. I love it when it rains.
So is there anything else you guys want to do in town, or are you going to head off? Or you could wait out the rain.
I would, but Serena doesn't know anything about anything on the surface. She doesn't know what she can buy. She doesn't even understand how to use her gold.
To quote from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Frieza, how do you function? if anyone gets that. If not, then I'm sad.
So what are you guys going to do?
I think it's obvious what we need to do. We need to go re-kill a poltergeist.
What time of day is it?
Yeah, I was about to ask that.
Afternoon, like 3-ish.
Yeah. On the way out of town, I'm going to buy a sack of flour.
Okay, you can get a little bit of flour for a copper, or for a silver, you can get like a huge bag of flour.
Huge bag.
Okay. That is easy enough to do.
All right. What do you say? We wait it out for a little bit. Maybe go to the house. Maybe an hour or two before the sun sets to maybe to get or do some preparations, and then go from there. How's that sound?
Works for me.
Since you're waiting, the rain does lessen some, but it's still raining.
But this is perfect walking weather.
And actually, if we were waiting, I would actually try and if we were still around and like we're waiting, I would actually like try and get Ganja's attention. Ganja.
Yes, sir.
Is there a library around here? I'm assuming if he is a man of if Federo follows Dinia.
The only libraries in town are here in the hall, or in the guild hall. There are 2. Federo has his own private library, which is generally not available without asking. But we do have a guild library that is fairly extensive for its size, and you're welcome to use it while you're here if you want to.
Thank you. And Maurice would just basically be looking around for any kind of book that might say anything about different kinds of ghosts, poltergeists, how they might have come about, how they're usually dealt with, methods, like stuff like that.
Okay. You actually do find 3 books that deal with supernatural, especially ghosts and spirits and things like that. And right off the hand, most of them pretty much say, get yourself a good cleric with a holy symbol. That's pretty much what they say. Other than that, holy water works in some cases. Magical weapons are a plus, a huge plus. It will say that some of the lesser spirit forms are harmed by normal weapons, but silvered and magical weapons are needed most definitely for stronger spiritual undead. In some cases, fire has been known to work with lesser undead, even some of the spiritual kind. It will. One of the books will be a little more specific and will suggest strong magics such as spells of trucing, because a lot of spiritual undead are invisible or can make themselves invisible. There are even theories that some of them can become ethereal or go into ethereal plane. And something like a true sight spell or a gem of seeing would allow one to at least be able to see them if combating them. And there are also mentions of more rare things like certain ceremonies of exorcism, rituals of exorcism, and house cleansing. Their effectiveness is very hit and miss. For one thing, one doesn't always know exactly what type of undead one is dealing with. And that's pretty much the gist of it. There will be some suggestions for that certain herbs and things, certain salts, and even some plants are kind of can help ward against ghosts or scare off ghosts. But the books pretty much say that's probably not a real good idea and is more likely old wives' tales than anything.
All right, and so yeah, Maurice just wanted to shore up his knowledge on incorporeal because he hasn't really dealt with it. He learned about it kind of before, but he just wanted to make sure he had he wanted to make sure he had all his ducks in a row.
Okay.
Going into this.
Yeah, and you will find the library it's not a huge room, say 20 by 20. I mean, it's not a tiny room either, but it is wall-to-wall books. I mean, there's just shelves and shelves and shelves of books. In fact, it's probably, let's call it a semi-private library. It's probably one of the largest semi-private libraries you've ever seen. There are reading chairs and a couple of tables in there, and ink and rough pencils available if someone should need them, and lamps. But yeah, there's definitely plenty of books there. Anyone want to do anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to find either Ganja, Littleweed, or Mary Jane, and I'm going to ask them if they have a key to the house, because I really don't want to break down the door or pick the lock.
Ganja will tell you, well, if it's absolutely necessary, I can ask Master Federo about it. But usually all you have to do is knock on the door and one of us will get up, and even if it's in the middle of the night, and let you in.
No, not a key to this guild hall. I mean to the house we're going to.
Oh, okay. The house you're going to, my understanding, I'll ask Master Federo to be sure, but my understanding is the house was left unlocked. That the current owner fled without closing the door behind him. But I can go check.
Fair enough. I mean, as long as nobody gets mad at me if I have to pick a lock or two.
He'll come back in a minute and he'll say, unfortunately, we do not have a key. And Mr. Pott, the owner of the house, is currently out in the mountains working. But he said Master Federo said there should not be any problem if you should have to break in. That it will be, how he termed it was understandable losses, so to speak. And I suppose
that works.
I suppose it's better to have a house with a broken door than not have a house at all. So
That's a good point. All right. Appreciate it.
well, thank you. Anyone else want to do anything?
I'm just being a creep standing in the rain and washing myself in it.
And you find you are pretty much the only one outside. The town looks like it is pretty much shut down once the rain, especially the heavier rain. And as darkness nears, it's still raining. Not quite as hard as it was, but it's still raining. And the sky is overcast. There's no moon. There's no stars. It's all covered up. And there's a cool little breeze.
Maurice would actually walk up to Harbeck. Is that it? Harbeck?
Yeah.
Matt? All right. Yeah, he would actually walk up to Harbeck. And, so I hear, what god do you follow again?
I follow Moradin.
Okay. And okay, that's good. Just wanted to ask. You seem. I don't want to make any assumptions. You seem to know there's just something about you makes you seem some kind of smith. I do know clerics of the forge are few and far between. I didn't want to assume. Are you one as such?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have? I've heard that some of those clerics are able to imbue weapons with magic. Are you able to do so?
Yes. After I wake up, I imbue a weapon, or I can imbue a weapon or armor with power. Right now, my warhammer is imbued until I sleep.
Oh, splendid! That'd be great then. You shouldn't have to worry about the incorporeal. Whatever's in there then.
I also have the ability to cast the same magic as well.
Indeed. I was also the main reason why I was asking is to see if you hadn't done it yet. Maybe you could have imbued, let's like our friend Tallahassee here, or maybe Mongo's weapon with magic. But we have holy water. I think they're fine. I just wanted to see if it was an option.
Holy water won't last long. You need
Yes.
oil because it sticks to the weapon.
Oil.
Yeah, you need holy oil.
Holy oil.
Water just falls right off. You need holy oil to stick to the weapon.
Well, unfortunately.
With the holy water, you would only get like 1 or 2 hits before all the water's gone.
One or two effective hits would be better than nothing, I would say. And that's all we have to work with. But I think we'll be fine. Between you and me, we do have 2 clerics. Right? Yeah, so this conversation isn't this okay, that's the gist of the conversation I wanted to have.
Okay. And yes, Serena's giving a wet t-shirt contest outside in the front for anyone who wants to watch. And since you all are there for a while with the library and talking and stuff like that,
Being
Ganja will
perverts.
yeah, Ganja will bring out like a little tray of like scones and cookies and things like that, and some hot tea, and set them out for anyone who wants them. Okay, it's near dark time. Are you guys heading, or you want to wait till morning, or what's the plan?
Looking out the window, seeing that the light is really fading fast. I'm gonna look back at the rest of them. Say it's probably time we get going. The faster we get this done, the faster we can get out of here.
Indeed.
Okay, you guys head along the road outside of town, and it takes you back north. And you travel about an hour, hour and a half, somewhere around in there. And it is pretty dark because there is heavy cloud cover. And as you near the house, the wind picks up. It's definitely giving a spooky sort of whistling sound, and the rain gets a little bit harder again. It's raining at least as harder as it was earlier in the day. Because it's so dark, you can't really see the house from the road. Does someone want to give me either a survival check or perhaps a perception or even investigation to try to locate the place in the dark?
Yeah, I'll go. My passive is 19. Is that enough? If it relies on sight, it's 19.
I
Yeah.
have the Wanderer feature if that helps.
What does the Wanderer feature do?
It lets me know the general layout of land and settlements.
Okay, yeah.
Ironic.
Yeah, I hit a 24, a 17 plus my. No, I'm sorry, I take that back. 17 plus 5, so that's a 22
Okay.
for perception.
Yeah, definitely with those rolls and passive perception and the Wanderer feature, you guys can figure out. You do see a little packed dirt road that goes off the main road that heads in the direction of the house. Mongo just knows it's dark outside.
Oh, Mongo, over here. Follow the sound of my voice.
And this little dirt road does not look like it's been used much. It's overgrown in a few places. It's probably not been used a whole lot, at least in months, if not in years. And yeah, it takes you about 100 yards further north off the main road. And the dirt path leads up to a fenced-in yard. And the ground here, you've kind of, plus you saw it during the daylight some, the ground around here is mostly like farmland for growing wheat, though it's not growing right now. It's sort of out of season for it. But the earth, the ground around the house within the yard is all dirt. There's like no grass here. It's like nothing wants to grow here. And it is a 2-story house, wood, gray. The windows are all dark. The front door is hanging open, and there's just darkness beyond. And the fence that's around the yard, like I said earlier, it's black iron. It's rusted in a few places and even leaning over in a few places like it's not been taken care of. And there is a gate, and it's also hanging open, sort of creaking in the wind.
Can someone take this sack from me? I don't have anything to cut it open if we need to cut it open.
I'll take the sack from him, and I say off comment, this is like a shipwreck in the water, except it's not in the water.
And it's not a ship.
And I believe Tallahassee has the... I could be wrong. Anybody have a passive perception of 15 and higher?
If it relies on
I do.
sight, then yes.
Okay, no, this one isn't sight.
Yeah, my PP is 17.
As you guys near the gate, which is about 30 feet from the front door, just for a second you thought you heard movement inside the house. You're not exactly sure what part of the house, and it may have not been like a person or a creature. It could have, the door's open, the wind's blowing. It could have been something being knocked around or whatever, but you thought for a second you heard some kind of movement in the house.
I'm just gonna kind of casually look over at Maurice and say, "Hey, they did say this place was abandoned, right? The guy was back up in the hills and hadn't been back to the house in a while, right?"
Yes, I believe so. Is that correct, DM?
Yes, that is what you were told.
All right.
I
Well,
have a question for the DM.
Okay.
What happens when you trap an undead between two turn undead?
It would probably depend on the stronger of the two turn undeads. You know, like whoever got the better roll or whatever.
We shall find out.
I would probably say just the stronger of the two would be the one that would take effect first. And if for whatever reason it did not take effect, then the lesser one might yet still work.
So, why am I holding this sack?
So many comments. Okay, guys, I think I heard something coming from inside the house. But if this place is abandoned, I don't know. It could be well, it could be anything really. But does anybody else notice that there's no grass and this place looks like Creepsville from the word go?
Yes, I was just about to say we have abandoned house, nothing growing, possible sounds, creaking windows. All we need is some ominous music with the complete package. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maurice,
I don't understand what you're just talking about. Why don't we just go in?
Maurice,
Ladies
yes.
first.
did you read anything about getting rid of something that's haunting a location?
About getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, nothing more than a general knowledge that I already had, that I was just making sure was correct. I mean, to dispel the thing, or the entity, we'll really just have to perform our rites, present our holy symbols, possibly combat it, and exercise it, make it leave.
Can we talk to it?
Possibly, I'm not quite sure. We'll just have
Okay,
to see.
well, I have this big sack of flour. I don't know what flour is, but I'm going to carry it with me through the door.
All right, you just keep on holding on. Just keep holding on to that sack.
I just carry it with me. I don't know why I have it, but I was told to carry it, so I will. And I go to the front door and I open it.
Okay, it's hanging half open. It's dark beyond. I don't know. Do Tritons have dark vision?
So can I see within at least 5 feet in front of me, though?
Not really. It's night. There's cloud cover. It's pretty much pitch black.
Harvex,
Oh wait, come back here for a moment.
What?
And Maurice will cast light on the bag of flour.
Oh, it's bright. Okay. And now I let my eyes adjust and look around again.
Now it's a glowing sack.
Okay.
Tallahassee's gonna look at Maurice and go, "Hey, can you do that to the flower itself instead of the sack?"
Well, honestly, I'm not quite sure how that interacts.
I go inside while they're talking.
Okay.
Hello,
You walk-
anyone in here?
Mongo, being a gentleman, would open the door for her.
Thank you.
Okay. Serena goes in the front door, and it kind of looks like sort of a living room kind of situation. It's a wooden floor. There are no rugs on this floor. There are several pieces of furniture, sort of a lounge, a couch-like thing, that a couple of chairs and a table. They have all been knocked over, and this place is very cluttered. There's like pieces of it looks like some old lamps have been smashed in the ground, and maybe some paintings that were on the walls have been pulled down, that kind of thing. Some of the furniture is busted up a little bit. And Serena, give me a perception roll.
Oh, good. I get a -2 to that.
Ooh.
I got 4.
It's not raining in here. You do know that. But you're still soaking wet.
I'm going in with her.
Okay, Harbeck can give me a perception roll.
Yeah,
This is like a shipwreck.
I mean,
Everybody who goes in, give a perception roll.
yeah,
I'm not staying out here by myself, so
yeah, I was like, I assume everyone would be walking in there right now.
And there are, once in the room, there are a couple of like exits to other parts of the house.
It's a 16 from Mongo.
Okay, anybody who got a 15 or higher, when you're in the room, you're not sure what it is. You don't see anything. You didn't necessarily hear anything, but you just have this feeling that you're not alone.
Of course, everyone else is here.
Other than all of you, and all of you are making enough noise, just moving around and breathing and things like that. But you just sort of have a feeling like there's somebody else here or there's something else here.
I'm going to go check the rest of the house. Yeah, that's what it is.
Wait 1 moment, Serena.
What?
No, just wait 1 moment. Right, Harbeck, ready your holy symbol.
He shows you a shield. So.
Nope. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. All right, and Maurice would get his holy symbol, which is just a basically like a little amulet around his neck.
Okay. None of you need to make a roll for this, but from somewhere deeper in the house, you suddenly hear a crashing sound. Not huge, like a wardrobe has been knocked over, but a smaller crashing sound, like something maybe was thrown into a wall or something like that, like a plate or something.
Instinctively, I yell,
like
"Shark!"
Somebody is having a hissy fit.
Shark!
And you hear a sort of a low howling sound briefly from deeper into the house.
I go towards that sound, shield out, hammer in hand.
Okay, you'll find yourself going down a hallway. You're a dwarf, so you've got dark vision. Yeah, you can make your way down the hallway. And about halfway there, you'll hear another crash.
Did the crash come from the same location, or did it move?
The same location.
I guess I'll follow him. I mean, this is his flower.
Okay, Tallahassee's gonna grab his, ready a short bow, knock an arrow, and just kind of follow the progression.
Yeah, Mongo has a flail in each hand, and he follows the light source.
Okay, you all are making your way down a hallway. It opens up into a kitchen, and there is a back door you can see that goes out into the yard behind the house. And the kitchen is definitely a wreck. The table's knocked over, a couple of legs have been broken off of it. The chairs, there's 4 chairs, but they've all been shattered. There is a stone stove and oven off to one side. Even it looks like it's been hit by something that's cracked the stone on it. And yeah, there are plates and pots and pans just all over the floor. They have been knocked all over the place. The place is a total wreck.
I am going to have so much work after this.
All right, I'm back. What has happened?
We are in a completely destroyed kitchen. I think we left you in the living room.
All right. And what
in
more?
The foyer.
Oh, okay. What Maurice was in the middle of doing was I guess he's just in the living room. He's looking down, clutching the holy symbol of Shanti, this little rose, and he is mumbling a prayer under his breath. And he is casting Detect Evil and Good.
Okay.
I am also going to cast Detect Evil and Good.
All right, so
I'm gonna take a look around at the damage and see if this damage is, maybe caused by a creature, claw marks, that kind of stuff, or if it's just like, hey, something smashed this that couldn't possibly have come from this kitchen.
Give me an investigation roll.
All right, that's gonna be a 17.
Okay. Real quick, back to those who have casted Detect Evil and Good. You do not pick up anything.
There's nothing within 30 feet of me.
There is no
Any-
aberration. There is no aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you.
Mhm.
Either one of you. And with the 17, you don't pick up anything really weird as far as like claw marks or anything that really seems supernatural. It just, from what you can tell, it looks like just somebody, like a person, has been destroying this stuff.
Oh. I'm just going to go through the house systematically trying to detect something.
yes, all right. Yeah, the spell lasts up to 10 minutes concentration. So
Okay.
Maurice, what
We're gonna work in coordination to, if it's running from us, we're gonna try and put it between us two.
Okay. I'm going to say it'll take you about 15 minutes to go through the whole house doing that. Not once do you pick anything up with the detect good and evil spells.
Yeah, and
I'm just gonna lean to Tallahassee. Like, what are they doing?
You do find bedrooms, and they're not as destroyed, but they've definitely like been ransacked or whatever, drawers pulled out and things like that. And all of this stuff, I mean, the place is dusty, but you guys moving around are definitely knocking around the dust quite a bit. It does look like nobody's lived here in years. And there's some closets with some old moth-eaten clothes in them. Everybody give me investigation rolls. If you're actually actively investigating or looking around, which I kind of figured you are.
Yeah.
I got a 9.
Ha! 20.
Ooh.
Not natural.
I'm just gonna follow Tallahassee because I have no idea what anybody's doing.
And I'm going to respond to Serena when she asks, what are they doing? I'm just going to look at her and kind of throw both hands up in the air and shrug my shoulders a little bit and go, I'm not really sure. They're obviously they're doing something, priestly things for all I know.
yes, priestly things indeed. I'm trying to detect if there's any evil presence within our midst, but I don't seem to detect anything, and neither does Harbeck. I am perplexed. I'm not sure of any incorporeal creature that can really hide its presence like this. That probably means it isn't a ghost at all. Maybe just a creature. I'm not sure.
Well, that kind of leads me to, the same conclusion. What I saw in the kitchen didn't really look like it was a ghost or something. I mean, I could understand if they could push stuff around, but did you see the cooking hearth? I mean, it was cracked. Can a ghost do that?
I know. What kind of monster would crack the cooking hearth?
Maurice,
Yes.
while you guys are looking around the house, you do notice that downstairs, off of the kitchen, there is a food larder, and it's been destroyed. Yeah, the food that was in there, mostly dry goods, is old and wouldn't be usable anyway, and a lot of it's been pulled on the floor. In fact, there's quite a bit of flour already on the floor in there. And with your 20, you will definitely notice two things. One, there are a lot of like boot prints in the flour that's on the floor in here. So many that there's almost a trail from the entrance to the larder. It's a big larder. You can walk into it. It's like a large closet. From the entrance to the larder to the back of the larder. And if it weren't for this trail, you almost probably wouldn't have seen, but back where a bunch of flour has been spilled, there is a square outline in the floor.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, basically, as soon as I say this, it's like, I think I might have found something, a trapdoor of some sort.
And as soon as you say that, you hear a voice in your ear that says, "Get out now."
In my head?
No, it's an audible.
Or just a
Anyone
voice?
else near you would hear it. It's kind of like a loud whisper.
Okay, Tallahassee's going to stand up straight, look right at Maurice and say, "Hey, look, I vote we just burn the place down and tell them it was collateral damage."
One home already almost burned down once. I'm not going to let that happen again.
I was like, there are spiders everywhere.
I'm
just saying, it's an option.
I will slay you all.
That's not very nice.
I'm just going to open the hatch.
Maurice would be shocked and be about to respond, and then Harbeck opens the hatch.
The hatch is locked.
Hmm. From the inside?
Yes.
Yeah. I am going to smack that thing with my hammer until it's...
I was like, well, whatever you are, you aren't evil. At least you can conceal it.
Okay, so when he goes to take his hammer and smack on the stone, I'm just gonna try and stop him. So wait.
It's actually not stone; it's wood. But
oh, okay.
Just to be clear, but go ahead.
Yeah, just wait. Hang on. Hold on. Don't smash anything yet. If it is a door or trap door, it could also be a trapped trap door. You might want to let me check it out first. Just saying.
And as you're going to check it out, you'll all hear a voice in the room say, "Go ahead, release me. Open the gateway, and then I'll be free."
Okay, this flour sack is getting really heavy.
I turn to Maurice. Do one of us want to cast Detect Evil and Good again?
Serena. Hey,
well,
Serena.
Yeah.
Put the sack down.
Okay. And I put it down beside him.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming since Detect Evil and Good like has a radius of like 30 feet, if he was evil or like giving off any kind of presence, that we have felt that.
If the spell's still on, I don't remember off the top of my head how long the spell lasts.
No, the spell already.
Well, no, I mean, like, is it just like that big of a house, like a 30-foot radius, like around us? We couldn't have, like, didn't feel.
Well, I just said earlier it took you about 15 minutes to go through the whole house. It does have a second floor on it. And that's kind of taking your time and investigating and looking and stuff. But during all of that, no, neither one of you picked up anything that the spell lists. Or anything evil.
I'm just going to cast the spell again just for good measure.
Okay.
Now can I drown the place?
The spell is not picking up anything.
Whatever that thing is, not a specter.
All right, so
or undead of any kind, or a fiend.
Yes, I agree. I'd like to roll like an insight or something against this guy's words.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. All right, so that's not the best. That's a 13.
What is it you're trying to determine?
Yeah, so I'm just trying to determine if it's a fake intimidation ploy. Like something like that.
It seems pretty threatening to you.
All right.
So, I mean, if it's not a ghost, or whatever that is,
Tallahassee
doesn't mean
done
he knows
checking
where
for
we-
traps?
No, Tallahassee can check for traps.
Yeah, that's going to be a 15.
You do not detect any traps, though you do know the door is somehow barred, or the trap door is somehow barred from below. And with Tallahassee's passive perception, while you're searching, you thought you heard movement below.
I'm going to relay that I'm pretty sure I hear movement coming from below the trap door. Also let them know that it's barred from the other side. And then I'm going to search for some sort of trigger pressure plate or something that will release the lock on the other side of the trap door.
Well,
he's doing that. I'm going to smash the door.
First give me a roll. Tallahassee, give me a roll to see if you find anything. And Harbeck can give me an athletics roll.
Yeah, that's going to be a modified 19.
You're not detecting anything.
Well, I got nothing.
What Harbeck get?
A 5.
Okay. Not having a lot of luck.
Right.
This must be good, solid old oak or something.
Okay. Maurice would just kind of stand in there, put his chest out a little bit, like, okay, what are you and why are you here?
I'm
You're
going
not
to go
evil.
outside, and I'm going to go to where I think the trapdoor would be in relation to the nearest wall.
What is
Okay,
your
on the outside.
name? Why are you
On
here?
the outside.
It's still raining pretty hard outside. You'll hear a voice that says, "You foolish mortals, you think I'm some petty ghost. I'm the demon from the deepest pits of hell. And when you open that door, I will be set free, and I will rend your souls into nothingness, and you will become my slaves for all eternity." And everyone in the room give me perception rolls.
Another 5.
Oh, okay. Is this based on something we're hearing?
Hearing, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, in that case, then that's a 7.
Anyone get higher than a 15? It does not look like it.
No, I actually followed Serena out
Okay.
of the house.
Those in the room don't detect anything special. And so Serena's outside. Go ahead.
There's still Mongo.
Okay.
Mongo's back.
Hey,
Mongo, give me a perception roll.
12.
Okay. Mongo didn't. There's been a ghostly voice basically threatening everybody, saying it was a demon.
Right.
Uh,
and so when this thing is speaking, other than feeling intimidating, is it like, am I feeling like, is there any kind of like malevolence, or just like just in the air at all? Like when this thing is speaking, like it's giving off the air of it really being some sort of demon or something. Like Maurice is confused.
Give me another insight roll, because it talked some more and talked a fairly lengthy amount of time this time.
All right.
I did another athletics.
Okay.
I got a 22.
So this time it was a natural 20 on that inside check.
There's a good solid crack in that trap door, but you're not through it yet. You got a 20 on that insight roll?
Yes.
No, you're not detecting anything like spooky or supernatural or anything like that. I mean, it literally sounds like it could just be somebody behind you whispering in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of creepy, but you're not picking up anything too creepy, so to speak.
So, Serena's casting mold earth, and as Tallahassee sees her starting to excavate the ground around where she stopped, he's just gonna watch her go, "Hey, that's a neat trick."
You find Serena will find out fairly quickly that yes, there is definitely a basement area, but it is walled in with stone bricks. I don't remember off the top of my head if mold earth will go through that, but I don't think it will.
I'll check. It won't let me excavate it like the loose dirt, but I might still be able to do something with it. Although it might have to take a stronger spell.
All right, so I'm going to make a roll, see what Maurice will do, because I'm not sure myself. All right. All right, so Maurice would clear his throat. Okay. Oh, and before I say anything, when we were just watching like everything, did it look like a storm like went through this house?
It looks like a person or persons went through this house.
Oh, okay. All right, so he clears his throat. Like, this is how I see it. Whoever's down there. See, I think you're lying. I don't think that you are a demon from the deepest pits of hell. I think you're someone who is trespassing on land that does not belong to you. And I think we're going to come down there and get you out. How does that sound, fiend, if that's what you're calling yourself?
There's no response.
All right. Are the bricks loose?
No, they are not. There's mortar between them.
Mm.
All right. And Maurice would step back and look to. Maurice would stand back, look to Harbeck, and maybe call Mongo over. Mongo?
Harbeck's had a pretty good hit. Probably one more good hit would destroy the door.
All right. Harbeck, Mongo, smash.
I got a 19.
9.
Okay.
Mongo misses the door. It's still dark.
Yeah. Mongo knocks a hole in the floor next to the door. It's so dark. But Harbeck fortunately smashes through the doorway, pretty much knocking it off its hinges, and what's left of it falls down into darkness below. And I won't make you guys make rolls, but as soon as that makes its crashing sound and goes through, you definitely hear hurried movement down below, and you even hear somebody say, "Damn, they found us!"
Yeah, I'm going to go down there.
Aha, I knew it! You ruffians.
Okay. Harbeck goes first.
Right.
Since he can, real quick, since Harbeck can see down in darkness, it's about a 10-foot drop, and there is an old ladder that goes down.
I'm just going to drop down.
Okay.
And I was going to say that Maurice would just pick something up, like from the ground, like quickly cast a light on it and just throw it down there.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. And we probably ought to go ahead and go into initiatives.
All right, Tallahassee is heading back with to the group.
Yeah, I'll say you and Serena get there about the time this is going, so you can go ahead and join the.
Okay.
Let's see.
I like how the people are showing up, just entering the room are like, oh shit.
It's like an episode of Scooby-Doo.
The people who are late get to go first.
Yeah, you guys are like walking in the back door, and you're like, "Hey guys, we tried to dig a. Oh, holy crap!" And they're like, Harbeck drops down in a hole. Let's see.
Huh, I didn't even have to give him any Scooby snacks to do it.
No.
Wait, we get snacks?
Oh yeah, that's right. You were outside playing in the rain. Tallahassee will reach into his belt pouch and hand a scone to Serena.
Okay. Actually, Tallahassee gets to go first. But before Tallahassee does anything, I want him to give me a perception roll.
You got it.
Ooh, it's got to be a good one, too.
That's going to be a 17.
Okay. Not good enough, but go ahead with your action. That's okay.
Well, all right, so one person is dropped down into the hole, and there's a light source that's been dropped down into the hole as well.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to hold action until he's like all the way down in there, and then I will move up.
Okay. Yeah, Harbeck's all the way.
So that I can look down.
Okay. You're looking down on the dwarf.
Cover him with my short bow.
Okay. You can't see very much of whatever this basement area is. You can pretty much just see right around Harbeck and the bottom of a ladder about 10 feet down.
All right. So with the movement I have left, is there enough room to get down there and into whatever this room would be?
Yeah, you can jump down in there or sort of slide real quick down the ladder.
All right, so I'm going to stow my bow, pull my short sword, and jump down in there and be ready for whatever I can see down there.
Okay. You and Harbeck will find yourselves in a short hallway that extends ahead of you about 10 more feet, and it looks like it opens up into a larger room. About a 30 by 30 room. And there's a bunch of guys in there, all in leather armor, and they're getting out maces and daggers.
Oh, for the love of... Hey, guys! Wasn't a ghost!
Figured that out already.
Oh.
You
for
guys still
pulling me
haven't
in.
told me what a ghost is.
And next up would be Serena, and I want Serena, since you came in the back door with Tallahassee, I want Serena to give me a perception roll.
Fucking Tallahassee didn't make it. There's no way I'm gonna make it.
You never know. You might
I
get
got
a nat.
3.
Yeah, you might get it.
Yeah,
My
yeah, the
highest
wind's
from the nat 20 is an 18.
well, still would be a
I
nat
got 3.
20. But okay, it's Serena's turn.
So people with daggers, I probably don't want to go in there. But I have a neat little trick I can do for Mungo. And I'm going to take out an item that I was told not to use, but I won't use it. And I'm going to sprinkle or just throw the whole bag of dust of disappearance on Mungo.
Oh, shit.
And make him invisible.
Okay. Mongo
It
becomes
will-
invisible.
It will last for 4
God.
minutes.
How does Mongo react to this?
Is that all Serena's doing?
I guess that would be my main action. So after that, as a bonus action, I'm going to eat the scone that Tallahassee gave me.
Okay.
That's it. That's it. I just stand behind everyone else.
Actually,
What scone? You're not holding a scone.
here's the thing, though. You use the dust of disappearance on Mongo,
Yes.
but it's a larder, so it's not that big a room. So you and each creature and object within 10 feet becomes invisible. So basically, everybody that's upstairs just became invisible.
Where did my stomach go?
I helped you. I told you I'd help you with that.
Oh, thank you.
Now, keep in mind, it's like regular invisibility. If you cast a spell or attack somebody or something, you're going to become visible. again. But not for at least 3 minutes.
I
Unless
maintain
you
the
do
use of my bonus action and eat the scone.
Okay, you stand there invisibly eating a scone.
Yes, that's my turn.
Okay, now Harbeck, you're downstairs next to Tallahassee. There's 10 feet away. Looks like a room full of guys getting weapons out.
I'm gonna go into the room and smack one of them.
Okay. As you go forward, you suddenly realize there's 10 guys in this room, but the closest one to you rolled a hit.
12.
That will hit. He's just wearing leather armor.
5 points of damage. Magic damage.
Okay. He's like, ow. And now, anything else Harbeck wants to do?
No.
Upstairs, Mongo. You're suddenly invisible. So is everybody else upstairs.
Mongo couldn't really see in the first place, and so he's just going to jump down into the hole.
Okay. You'll land next to Tallahassee, and you'll see about 10 feet ahead of you is Harbeck fighting a room full of guys.
Right. So as I do that, I'm going to rage. And then
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
All right, cool.
You can get an attack in if you want to.
Sweet.
You going to hit the same guy Harbeck was hitting or somebody else?
I'll attack the same guy.
Okay.
Do I get advantage for invisibility?
I don't believe so, but I can double check real quick.
Since I'm basically hidden, right? He doesn't know where I am.
Yes, you have advantage while you're invisible. And
Sweet.
Tallahassee just heard a big crashing sound next to him and then somebody running forward. But as soon as you attack, you'll become visible.
Yeah. 21 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits.
As Mongo becomes invisible, Tallahassee's just kind of like, "Hey, nice."
He was the ghost
Give a
all
thumb
along.
I knew it.
How much damage does Mongo?
11 damage.
11. Okay. You hit the guy. He's like, ow.
Yeah. 11 flail bludgeoning damage.
And now it's their turn. And because the two of you are kind of around the entrance, fortunately for you, all 10 of them can't get you at the same time. But basically, 2 will try to swing maces at Mongo. One gets a natural 20 and the other one will miss. So Mongo gets hit for 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And then 2 more are going to try to swing at Harbeck. And both of those will miss. And the other guys are kind of milling around in the back, waiting to get forward to get their chance. And they're kind of cussing, and some of them are yelling. It's like, I knew we should have just gone upstairs and killed all of them. That wasn't the plan. And now it will be Maurice's turn upstairs. And Maurice is invisible.
All right. And so what Maurice is going to do is going to do his bread and butter. And he's going to once again clasp his holy symbol. That, oh holy Earth Mother, please bless these heroes. Go forth and guide their strikes. You cast bless. So cast bless on Mongo, Thordak, and or Harbeck and Tallahassee.
Okay. Do you have to be able to see them to do that?
Well, Mongo just attacked, so he's not invisible anymore.
No, but they're also downstairs.
Okay. I mean, if I can't see them, I'd get to where I can. I guess I'd get.
If you go over and stand over the hole, you can look down and see Tallahassee, but you would probably have, because the others moved 10 feet away, you would actually have to go down in there. Well, you don't have to see them. It just says 3 creatures within range.
Okay.
So you know they're pretty much within range of you. They're just beneath your feet. Yeah,
All
you
right,
can cast.
good to me.
Okay. All right. They get to add a D4 to their attack rolls and saving throws for up to a minute. And since you're still upstairs, Maurice, you give me a perception roll.
Gotcha. That would be a 12.
No, you don't notice anything other than there's like a bunch of fighting going on.
All right. And again, this is with hearing, right?
Yes. Yes, with
cool.
hearing. Now we're back to the top. Tallahassee, it's your turn. Harbeck and Mongo are about 10 feet in front of you fighting a bunch of guys.
All right, so Tallahassee's going to drop his short sword on the ground so that he can use his object interaction to pull his short bow again.
Okay.
And he's going to use his short bow to attack one of the most damaged of the group of thieves, rogues, whatever they are.
Yeah. Just one so far.
So that he gets so that Tallahassee can get his backstab damage.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right, cool. You said it's a D4 for the bless, right?
Yes.
All right. Ooh. Okay, so that's 27 to attack.
Is that a nat 20?
No, that was a 19 with a 4 on the D4 and then the 4.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No, you definitely hit.
Okay. And damage is going to be that's 9 points of damage to that one.
Okay. He's got an arrow sticking in him, but he's still standing. Anything else? Bonus action or anything?
No, I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Okay. Serena, you're upstairs, and the scone you had to eat was a little better than average.
It's the first one I ever ate, so yay.
I'm surprised Serena likes scones since they're usually pretty dry.
Well, she doesn't have to worry about dryness of mouth, so to speak.
Okay.
Like you guys do. Well, is it full? Like, is it possible for me to go downstairs, or is it like just cluttered with bodies?
You could go downstairs. You would be standing next to Tallahassee. If you tried to get into the fight, you could probably slide past Harbeck and Mongo, but there is a room full of guys down there.
Yeah, I don't
you
want to go into the face.
But you could definitely get down next to Tallahassee.
All right, I'm gonna pull out 2 rocks. I'm gonna jump down, well, more like fall down beside Tallahassee. Pick myself up. I'm gonna say, "Hi, I'm here now," and I'm gonna use. I'm gonna twin cast catapult. I'm gonna throw that at 2 people, 2 bandits.
Okay. The one that's been hurt or one of the others?
I'll throw one at one that's hurt and one of the others.
Okay.
They both have to make dexterity saving throws.
Against DC
13.
13. The guys who is wounded made it. The other one did not.
So him and the rock take 3d8 points of damage.
Oh, jeez.
He takes 9 points of bludgeoning damage. I rolled 2 ones.
So the guy who made his save, does he take half damage or nothing?
No, the rock hits him and just falls to the ground.
Oh, okay. But the other guy got hit by a rock. He's like, damn, that's a hurt rock. And Tallahassee, because when Serena jumps down, she's still invisible. So he hears Serena's voice in his ear saying, "Hi, I'm here." And the next thing he knows, she pops into existence and is throwing rocks.
What? Hey, what? Holy cow!
Everybody's invisible. Harbeck, it's now your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna try and hit that guy again.
Okay.
$16
That will hit.
for 9 points of damage.
Okay. He's looking very bad, but he's still on his feet. And anything else? Bonus action or anything?
No.
Mongo, it's now your turn.
Alrighty. Is that guy still up?
Yeah, just barely. He
Alright,
looks like
so
he's
I'm
in pretty bad shape.
gonna swing to hit him. 11 to hit.
That will hit, actually.
Hey,
He goes down. What kind of weapon is Mongo swinging? 2 flails?
yeah, he's dual wielding flails.
Okay. Yeah, the flail
These are-
smashes the guy.
These are
Knocks him
custom
down.
flails that he had made.
Okay. Do you have a second attack then?
Yes.
Okay. There's another guy there who's been slightly wounded. If you want to hit him.
So that's gonna be 20 to hit.
That definitely hits.
That's 14 damage.
Okay. He's still standing too, but he's hurt pretty bad. Okay, now it's the bad guys. You guys tuck down one. Another one's wounded pretty bad. But the one that went down, someone will come up to take his place. And 2 are going to swing at Mongo. Yeah, they're hitting Mongo. Well, I'm guessing a 22 would hit Mongo. Yeah. Mongo takes 5 more points of bludgeoning damage. 2 are going to swing at Harbeck. And both will miss. And the other guys in the back are starting to panic a little bit now that one of their companions is dead. And everybody hears one of them say, "Where's the boss? The boss will save us." And another one's like, "Are you kidding? The boss is already scrammed. We're screwed. It's every man for himself. Fight to the death."
Or we
And now
could
it-
all just be friends and you can evacuate the premises.
Okay, Tallahassee's going to want to do an insight check to see if they're BSing about the boss or if they're actually serious.
Okay, go ahead.
That's a 14.
They seem pretty serious to you.
Huh.
Yeah, they're kind of getting worried and panicking. They're in a hole. And as far as they know, there's definitely more of them than there are you. But still, they don't like being trapped down here. And the boss is not here to protect them or whatever.
Okay.
And now it would be Maurice's turn.
Yep, all right. And so Maurice would actually go down there as well.
Okay. It's kind of a tight fit, but I'm sure Serena and Tallahassee will give you room.
Okay. Oh, dang, it's that small of a space, huh?
Well, I mean, it's like a 10-foot hallway. So,
Okay.
I mean, it's not, there's room, but there's
Yeah.
also 5 of you standing in a 10-foot hallway.
Yeah. All right. And
Don't
so,
worry, I'll make some room when I get a little more time.
And so what Maurice would do, it would look like he's struggling a little bit. He's Oh, blast it! I don't. I never cast this before. You all are trespassing on land. I have no idea if the land desecrated is because of you or not, but I'm going to summon it anyway. And beside Mongo or like really any like open space up there, you would see basically start to appear from a nothing, just kind of being created from the handle up to the blade. You would see a rose-colored hue spectral scythe.
Okay.
Begin there, and it would just be floating. And I've cast spiritual weapon, and I'm going to go ahead and make an attack roll against someone.
Okay. One of the hurt guy or one of the unhurt guys?
Let's go with the hurt guy. Get off my Mongo. All right. As a 22.
That definitely hits.
All right, and I haven't cast this before. I think it's a die 8 plus spellcasting mod. Yes, it is. All right, and that'll be the full 12 points of damage.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Your scythe slashes out and cuts a poor guy's head off.
Oh yeah.
And his body drops.
That's exactly what.
His head goes rolling away. And the bad guys are definitely freaking out now. But now it's Tallahassee's turn.
Okay, so due to the inside check to see whether these guys were BSing about the boss or not, I'm going to I'm going to relay this information. You know, it's like, hey, there's somebody missing. They're talking about a boss, and I'm pretty sure they're serious. If he's not here, he's got to be somewhere up there. And I'm going to point up up towards the ladder the way we came. And then for my action, I guess it would be intimidation or maybe persuasion. I'm just going to holler out, surrender now, we won't slaughter you all.
Oh my god, he's so scary when he wants to be.
Okay, I'm going to retcon the guy's head didn't come off. Just his ghost head came off.
He just crumbles to the ground.
Yeah, he just crumbles to the ground, screaming for his mother. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. So Tallahassee yelled that, and then what did Tallahassee do?
I rolled for... I'm not sure. Would that be intimidation or persuasion or...
Probably intimidation.
Okay, so that's a 17 plus...
Damn, you got a good roll.
It's going to be a 21 for intimidation.
Okay.
I don't like it when he's yelling. Why are you yelling?
All right. Okay, it's not their turn yet, so we'll have to wait to see if it causes an effect. But it's now Serena's turn.
Well, yeah, I'm getting out of this spot. It's too tight for me. See you later, Maurice. Have fun. I climb out.
You go back upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. Serena's leaving you guys. Harbeck, it's now your turn.
I'm going to smack the guy.
Okay.
That is 21
That hits.
for 12 points of damage.
Okay. He's definitely hurt. Mongo, it's now your turn.
All right. Mongo smashes. That is a 20 to hit again.
That hits.
And if there's someone injured, then that's the guy I'm aiming at.
Yeah, he's hurt.
9 damage.
Okay. He's still up, but he's hurt.
Alright, so then with my offhand, I'm going to do the same. 16 to
Okay.
hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And then 10 damage on this one.
Okay. He's hurt, but still standing. Now it's their turn. The one guy that Mongo and Harbeck have been wailing on is in real bad shape. But he's taking the disengage action and is moving back into the room. And actually 3 other guys are moving with him. So there's now 4 of them have moved back away from the fight. And the one guy that's hurt really badly, he'll say, it's like, look, okay, we don't want this fight, but if you guys clear out of here, we'll come out and be on our way, and no harm, no foul, okay? But that's just 4 of the guys have moved to the back. The other 4 that are still standing are going to move up to Harbeck and Mongo, and 2 are going to swing at Mongo, and both will miss. 2 are going to swing at Harbeck, and I'm pretty sure a 23 is going to hit Harbeck.
Yep.
For a whole 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And now it's Maurice's turn.
All right, so Maurice would immediately look over to the 4 people and nod at them and what they said, and he'd turn to the other people there. He's like, if you would like to do the same, and if you'd like no more harm done to you, I would say lay down your weapons now. We'll get you out of here, out of this house where you do not belong.
Give me a persuasion roll.
That is am I proficient in persuasion? Yes, I am. That is a 20. I promise no harm will come to you if you lay down your weapons.
Okay. Maurice doing anything else, like attacking or anything?
Maurice would basically wait to see their reaction. He'd be moving his spectral scythe a little bit closer, or basically like moving it over them. Actually, no, he wouldn't. It would just kind of stay there. It would come back slightly.
Okay.
From its position.
Tallahassee, it's your turn.
Okay, so one of the ones that's engaged in melee combat with Mongo, they're both fresh, right?
Yeah, there's 4 guys, 2 on Mongo and 2 on a Harbeck, and those 4 guys are all fresh.
Okay, so taking a look at Mongo, does it look like he's going to be able to take the punishment for a minute, or is it like one of those things where somebody's going to have to fill the breach?
No, Mongo's raging right now. He's
okay.
good.
Okay. All right, then I'm actually going to try to go upstairs, and there's something wrong here with the fact that they're all talking about a boss, and I haven't seen a boss, and they're saying he's upstairs. So when Serena went up the stairs, Tallahassee's going to follow her.
Okay.
Say, hey, hang on a second, and then go up the stairs.
Okay. I'll basically say that's your movement. Do you want to take an action when you get upstairs?
Yeah, I want to look around. I'm like actively looking for, I'm guessing from the guys that were down there, you know, by the way they're dressed and their actions, I'm looking for a rogue of some type or a bandit of some type. So I'm going to be looking actively for somebody that may have tried to stealth.
Okay. Give me... Are you specifically looking for tracks of some kind? Or just...
I'm looking for anything that's going to give me a clue as to...
Give me an investigation roll.
All right. Ugh. Yeah, that's a 15.
It's really hard to find anything specifically. I mean, there's been so much stuff broken, and there's flour all over the place, and there's been so many people coming and going. It's kind of a mess.
Okay, so that gives me an idea. When I spot the flour all over the floor, would it be possible with my bonus action to just kind of pick up the sack of flour and kind of break it open so that the flour goes everywhere in the air?
Yeah, I'll let you do
Like
that.
coats everything. All right, so that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to slam the flour bag on the floor so that there's like this white cloud of flour and see if it starts like coating, well, a hidden person or something.
It does not. It kind of goes all over you and all over the damaged furniture and stuff like that. Serena's probably coughing a little bit.
Okay, well.
And it would now be her
I'm
turn
out.
anyway.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you did all that?
Something's not right here. They're talking about a boss downstairs, and he's not down there. He's got to be up here somewhere.
What's a boss? Is that like another person?
Yeah, he's like the guy that's in charge. He's the one that's making them do all these things. We've got to find him to get them to stop.
Oh. Okay. Well, what are you looking for? Maybe I can help.
I honestly don't know. Tracks a guy. He may be hiding in the in shadows or something. I'm just not sure, but he's got to be around here somewhere.
So is Serena doing anything?
I'm gonna walk. I'll leave the room then, and I'll look into another room.
Give me a perception roll.
13.
No, you're not seeing anything. There's flour all over the place, especially around the kitchen and the larder.
I'm gonna cast Create and Destroy Water and make it rain in the room.
Okay, it's raining in the room, and some of the flour is turning.
Room, sorry.
Okay, well, there's not nearly as much flour in there, but there's a little bit, like from your footsteps and stuff, and it's kind of turning into a little bit of paste. But yeah, it's raining in the room. It feels good,
okay,
probably.
I'm enjoying myself, but I'm like, I don't see anyone. Don't tell me we're gonna have to look through this entire house again.
Downstairs, Harbeck.
I'm going to smack one of them.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, 14
That'll hit.
for 8.
Okay. Now it's Mongo's turn.
Mongo smashes. Uh, 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
12 damage.
Okay. He's still up, but hurt.
All right, then I'll swing at him again with my second flail. 22.
That hits.
11 damage.
Oh, your flail just hammers this guy in the face, and he goes down. And now it will be their turn. And there's still 3 guys engaged, but all of 3 of them pull the disengage action and back up with their other 4 buddies, sort of against the wall, like 10 feet away. And all 7 of them are sort of standing there. They've got weapons out and they're ready to fight. But one of them is like, look, 2 of your friends have gone upstairs. If you 2 back off and stop fighting us, we'll just get out of here and go and be on our way. But if you want to keep fighting, then all of us can die together here down in this basement. But we really just want to get out of here and go. And now it would be Maurice's turn. And you guys can talk a little bit if Harbeck and Mongo want to say anything, but just don't make it
We're
real
not
long.
going to leave you by yourself, and we have some questions.
Okay.
What was the first thing you said before we have some questions?
We're not going to leave you by yourself.
Correct. Correct. We're not just going to leave you be. And I repeat my statement. If you do not want to be harmed, lay down your weapons and come.
Why don't you guys just leave? And then we'll just leave. You can even go outside and stand in front and watch us leave.
You have committed a crime. Trespassing on another person's property.
And what are you
leave after that?
And what are you guys doing here?
Oh, you guys made it seem like there was a specter. You were here to get rid of a specter.
That wasn't us. That was the boss.
Ah, yes, you're being purposely vague. Who is this boss?
He's the boss.
Oh, yes, he's the boss. What is he? Who is he? Descriptions. Lord, it's like I'm talking to children.
He's tall, big guy, wears studded leather armor, has a short sword and a dagger. Has a fancy ring that he got from somewhere. Beard, mustache.
It's almost like you're describing Mongo.
Oh,
the short sword.
Well, now the boss's name is Jones. I mean,
what was your purpose of being here?
Several of them kind of look at each other. And a couple of them nod. And then the one who was talking says, look, we just heard stories that there was an old treasure map hidden in this house. And we've been looking for it. Apparently the guy that used to live here was somehow connected with the mining in the mountains. And we heard he had a treasure map to some place in the mountains. And we were just here looking for it. And the boss was supposed to scare people off while we were looking for it.
Well, we searched the entire house and we didn't find any, so...
Yeah, no kidding. Neither have we.
Yeah.
Which is why we just want to leave. So you guys back off, and then we'll get out of here and go on our way.
I'll move to make an opening, and I said, go ahead, but we have to watch you leave.
Okay. One of them will... He actually sheaths or puts into a ring in his belt his mace, and then he slowly starts walking forward.
Wait one moment. I agree. I agree with what Tarbeck has said. You are free to go as long as you sheath your weapons and be on your way. But I'd like to know, does your group have a name?
No.
All right.
We just work for Jones sometimes.
All right, Jonesies, got it.
Okay, and then he's going to try to slip past the one guy. I'll try to slip past Harbeck and Mongo and Maurice. Anybody want to kill him or anything?
No.
Tallahassee, Serena, can you hear what we've been saying?
Yeah, what's up?
We're letting them go.
Or what?
They're sheathing their weapons, and they're leaving.
Seriously?
And we're going to make sure they're leaving. Well, I mean, unless you have...
All right, you're the boss. Hey, would you mind grabbing my short sword? I forgot it.
Sure.
The one guy gets the ladder and hurriedly climbs up, and he gets to the top, and he sees Tallahassee and Serena, and he's like holding his hands up. He's like, "We're cool, we're cool." And he's going to try to slip past you.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and stop him or anything.
Okay.
But,
Yeah, I don't want to have to use my lightning bolt on you or anything.
Hopefully not. And once he gets out of the larder, he makes a beeline out the front door, Flower in his wake. And he just takes off running.
It sounds like he bought it.
And the other guys downstairs, they start picking up their dead and wounded, and they put their weapons away, and they start making their way towards the ladder.
Before they go, I'm going to touch the dead and cast Gentle Repose on 2 of them.
Oh, okay. One of them will actually nod and say, thanks, priest. No hard feelings. Just doing our job like you are. And then it'll take them a few minutes to haul dead bodies up the ladder and stuff, but they get them up there, and then they all get upstairs. And then they're basically just going to leave, go out the front door.
So, I'm going to stay the night fixing that kitchen. You guys are free to stay or, look around. But, yeah,
Didn't they say
I'm going to
something
be
about
alive.
a treasure map?
After they leave, I'm just going to go up to the kitchen and start mending anything I can mend.
Yeah, it's going to take you all night.
I'm actually going to try searching for more clues. I want to find out where this Jones boss guy, if he's still here, where he's at.
Okay. Give me another investigation roll.
I'm going to do the reasonable thing to do, which is
Okay.
I'm going to search for buried treasure, and I can't use mold earth on the building, so I'm going to go outside in the backyard and just start excavating everything, looking for a map.
Okay. What was
All
that
right.
investigation roll?
That was a 23.
Okay. Out back, Serena, how many times can you cast this mold earth?
It's cantrip. I can use it as much as I want.
Oh, okay. You're just digging up the whole backyard. It looks like a dog has gone to town in this backyard. You're not finding any treasure.
So one question, Sarah. But I guess she's already doing it. But can you put all of that dirt back?
Yes.
Sounds like you're not sure.
I mean, the grass won't be there.
There's not
I
any
mean,
grass.
there was no grass.
Yeah, it's
Oh, well,
just dirt.
then- I mean, it'll probably look nicer.
It's still raining hard enough that it's probably just going to be a big muddy mess anyway. Was it Tallahassee who got was it a 24?
23, sir. And yes.
23? Okay. It's really hard to tell because there's been so many people come through here with flour on their feet and stuff. But if you want, you're pretty sure the guy's not here.
Okay.
You're thinking he probably got out of the house somehow. You're not real sure how, but you're thinking he did. And somehow or other, he was unseen.
Oh, probably all those failed perception checks.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
just.
what?
Okay, so I'm just gonna, just relay the information. Look, whoever this boss guy was, I don't think he's here anymore. So it's kind of a bust.
I'm
So
still digging
Serena's-
holes.
Serena's digging holes in the backyard, not finding anything. Harbeck's in the kitchen fixing up the crockery. Does anybody else want to do anything?
Actually,
Can
would it
I
be
mend
possible?
the hearth?
I'm going to say no. I mean, you could maybe help it a little bit. It looks like somebody took a big hammer to it or something at some point.
I want to go back down into the hole in the ground in the larder with the secret door, the trap door, and whatnot. And I want to investigate the room that they were in. I want to just look around and see if there's anything in there besides, blood stains and whatnot.
You can give me another investigation check.
All right.
All right, Maurice.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the earth back.
Yeah. I can't mend anything that's more than 1 foot in any dimension.
Yeah.
So 23 get me anything?
you do figure out fairly quickly that apparently these guys have been living down here for at least a week or two. They left behind bedrolls and some packs and food and drink. There's some wine and ale and water also, even a couple of daggers. But you're not. The floor down here is like earth. It's packed earth. The walls are stone though. But you're not finding anything like another secret door or anything you think's hidden or nothing like that.
Okay.
You will, however, find a total of 16 gold pieces and 7 silver pieces that they left behind.
I'll take it.
Sure, you're rich.
All right.
But also, just real quick, if you're guessing they were here at least a week or two, and if what they were telling you was the truth, that they were searching for this treasure map, if they didn't find it in a week or two, it's probably not here.
Yeah, I kind of drew that conclusion. I guess what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take a couple of the water skins and take the gold, put it in my pouch, and then like go find the rest of the gang and say, just relay the information. Hey, look, these guys have been here for a while. They've got bedrolls and packs and food and whatnot down there. I don't think there's a ghost. I mean, yeah, it's obvious now, but I think it's just them.
Can I use my masonry skills to fix the hearth?
What?
Probably not. You would at best you would need some kind of mortar. I mean, you could go outside and take some mud and some flour and kind of make a temporary mortar, but there's really not much need to. It wouldn't last very long anyway. Probably the whole thing just needs to be replaced.
Well, Harbeck, behind that tough dwarven exterior, you really are kind, generous, and a helpful fellow.
No. No, I was thinking of something. I was trying to think of how I could fix the table, but I have wood carving. I don't have carpentry.
All right. Oh yes. While I'm thinking about it, anyone hurt? I can take care of that right now.
Mongo raises his hand.
Okay,
yes,
I put everything back.
Yeah, from way down the road, like a mile down the road, you hear somebody say, "Yeah, I'm hurt."
Well, I wasn't talking to you. If you really want to walk a mile all the way back up here, then sure. Basically. All right, Mongo, come here. And I'm going to be using a use of my healing kit. I have the healer feat. You're going to go ahead and take... Okay, you're going to take 7 points of healing.
Perfect.
I'm a little sore.
I was already down 5.
I would do the same for you. And that would be 9 for you.
Only needed 6.
Let me take off those uses before I forget.
Yeah, Serena, it's still raining outside, but it's not anywhere near as hard as it was earlier. It's just like a drizzle now, but at least it's raining.
I'm just upset that I didn't find the map. Of course it wasn't buried.
Well, at least you're covered all your options. Cough.
Yeah, at least Serena's clean and her points are showing.
Not too bright. Cute, but not too bright.
Well, some
Why do
people
I
like
need
them
to be
that way.
bright? I'm not a lamp.
Serena, you and me are going to have to sit down and have a talk about how exactly land dwellers do things.
You surfacers are weird.
Leave her be. Leave her be. She's fine the way she is.
I can only feel like she's going to get in a situation where... Well, you know what I mean.
She'll be all right.
I'm down for that next adventure, by the way.
There may be a math quiz too.
Hey, I can deal with math.
I don't know.
Okay.
Is that some sort of sort of insect I don't know about?
Yeah, see, they're these they're big, and they fly around, and they look just like in Tallahassee's going to like draw this big bee in the mud. Is they go around and they're bees.
So they're giant bees.
Yes, you've got it. They're giant bees, and Tallahassee's going to hold his hands about 2 feet apart from each other. He's going to say they're about this big, and they fly around, and they look just like that. And he's going to point to the letter B in the mud that he drew with his finger, and they look just like that.
I think you're lying to me. I know the common alphabet.
Well, yeah, but haven't you ever seen the flying common alphabet?
So by morning, Harbeck will have been able to do all he can to the kitchen. It's still definitely dirty with flour all over the place, and the hearth can't be fixed, and the table can't be fixed, at least not with what he's got here.
Yeah.
So you guys would, at the very least, have a short rest in if you didn't want to take a long rest, but you could have a long rest too.
Oh yeah.
And let's see. It's still raining a little bit in the morning, but the sky's cleared somewhat. There's at least some sunlight coming through. It's not all gray. And what do you guys want to do now? Or are you done?
Gonna head back.
I'll do a quick sweep of the upstairs, just to make sure that nothing valuable was left behind by the thieves.
Nah, you don't find anything up there. Just
All right.
broken furniture and stuff.
All right. Now I guess I'll head back with everybody else. Try to convince Serena that there really are flying alphabet letters.
Okay, let me check something.
Just wait till I get prestidigitation, and then I will show you the flying alphabet.
No.
Or minor illusion. You could probably do it with that. Well, to some extent.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll work.
Well, thanks to you, I had nightmares about it, and I'm not really sure what it was.
Did you guys take a long rest while you were there at the house? I mean, you pretty much would have been there all night if you stayed.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Harbeck was mending, so he didn't have time to sleep.
Okay. Well, he's probably kind of tired in the morning, but he's got his dwarven resilience to keep him going. Let me see here.
Are you gonna try and poison us?
No, I'm not going to try and poison you. I was checking something else. All right. You guys can... I was giving somebody some certain roles to check something. You guys make it back to Andoterion unmolested. There is a little bit of traffic on the road in the morning, though not a whole lot. It is still raining some. And you make your way to the guild hall. I'm taking it, unless there's something else you want to do.
No. Going straight to the guild hall.
Okay.
Yeah, need to report in.
Yeah. Ganjal will be there waiting for you. He'll let you in, and he'll go get Federo. who comes out, and this time Vetero's not even reading books. And he's like, "Oh, so, well, did you vanquish this ghost?"
Here's the thing. There was no ghost. It was all a ruse created by these ruffians who are who are housing themselves in the basement of this place, just trying to keep people away.
Oh.
There may or may have not been a treasure map there from the previous owner that may or may not have been found by this
Jones was his name.
Jones person.
Oh, no, there was definitely a treasure map. It just wasn't there.
Oh, do you have it?
No, I don't have it. Mr. Pott, the owner of the house, the treasure map was left to him in his uncle's will. That's where he's been.
So
He's been out in the mountains looking for this treasure.
Oh, all right.
I didn't think other people besides pirates had treasure maps.
Well, apparently this uncle had something hidden away somewhere, so Mr. Pott went to retrieve it. But I take it you dealt with this group of ruffians?
Oh yeah, they've been dealt with, and Tallahassee's going to hand him back his holy water. So I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to use this, but fair's fair. You asked for it back if we didn't, so here you go.
Oh, well, very well. Thank you.
I give mine back.
Okay.
I give mine back as well.
Ah, he's like, well, thank you. Well, very well. You dealt with the situation, and he'll go over to a desk and pull out a bag, and he'll hand each of you 25 gold.
What am I supposed to use this gold on? I still don't know.
Sweet.
He's like,
you use it as ornaments for your hair and your clothing.
Federo is like, my dear, you don't understand what gold is for, or what coins are for.
We don't trade coins in our tribe. I see a lot of people use it on the surface, but we don't use it down underwater.
Okay, under the water, do you use something for bartering and trading with one another?
Shells and meat. And
what was that again?
We used shells, like seashells, and, well, food.
Okay, well, think of coins kind of like that. Gold, copper, silver coins, and there are some other kinds, are basically used for bartering and trading with one another. You give someone a certain amount of coins, and they provide you certain goods or a certain service.
I get it.
Do you really? Could you repeat what you get?
So basically, the shinier the coin is, and the larger it is, the more value it has?
Sort of. Not exactly, but sort of.
You're getting there.
It's more the rarity of the metal the coin is made out of. But, for instance, if someone tells you they will give you something, but it will cost you 4 gold, then you would give them 4 gold coins.
That makes sense, yeah.
Harbeck isn't going to stay for this economic lesson. He's just going to use one of the beds.
Okay. He's pretty tired. And actually, Federal will say, what is your name again, dear? If you don't mind my asking.
All right, that's a common saying.
Yes.
My name's Serena, Wave Rider.
Serena, Wave Rider. As you can probably tell, Serena, I'm a studious fellow and like to learn new things, and I've not run across one of your kind before. If you would like to stay here for a while, a week or two or a month or longer, I I would be willing to help you become acclimated to life on land if you would allow me to question you and study you some.
You're not going to ask for my dead body, are you?
No, by no means. I mean, if
Because the
you want to
last
leave,
person that made that offer, they told me if I died, they'd want my body. And that was definitely not a great first impression.
Who on earth made this offer to you last?
Some elf in a town that I lived near for a while.
Oh goodness.
well, no, I'm not asking for your body. I just wanted to learn of your people and their ways, and maybe what languages they use, and history, if you know any of it, and things like that.
Oh, sure, I guess. I'm not really doing anything else. I guess it would be kind of smart for me to finally figure out how to actually interact with the rest of this strange surface world.
I mean, that's if you want to. If you don't, I understand, but I could help you at least in some ways, perhaps.
As long as you keep your potions to yourselves, I'm not letting you drug me. That's what the last woman said.
Why would I want to drug you? Good God, girl, what kind of people have you been dealing with?
Well, we have been dealing with a ganja, a Mary Jane, a Mr. Pot.
And apparently your
Hey,
captain
don't
of the
forget the
guard is
stoned
always
guy.
stoned and
He's always
hammered.
stoned.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes, Mr. Stoned and Hammered. Yes, almost forgot about him.
Captain Stonehammer?
Yes, yeah.
Either I'm missing something or a lot of people have been lying to me and I'm nervous.
It's probably a little bit of both.
Tallahassee's just going to chuckle and walk away.
I believe others are having a little joke at your expense. I can explain it all another time. I'll explain to you. I'll try to explain to you humor on the land, what it's like. Do your people, the Triton people, have their own language? Or do they just use common or something else?
She will speak to you in Aquan and say, this is what we usually say.
Oh. And he'll actually say back to you in Aquan, oh, well, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. His accent's definitely a bit off. And the words don't flow off his tongue as easily as they do yours, but yeah, he's like, oh, well, that'll make things so much easier. Mm-hmm. And to everybody else, it sounds like they're going blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Sweet.
It's all the noise.
But that is pretty much it for tonight's adventure, unless you guys want to do something else. And Serena go ahead.
I would like to ask Ganja, Mary Jane, and Mr. Stonehammer where exactly they're keeping all of it. And that'll be it.
Ganja will look at you with a straight face and say, I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
Insight check.
Okay, go ahead.
Damn it. That's a 14.
You can actually, okay, even with that, his roll wasn't that good. Yeah, he's definitely not telling the truth, but you can tell that he doesn't, it's not that he necessarily wants to out and out lie to you. It's like he doesn't want to say things in front of his boss. Let me put it that way.
Yep, and Maurice is just like, his eyes closed, shaking his head, smiling like, I knew it. I knew it. That's all I wanted to know. You do you. You do you.
He's like, very well, sir. I will do me.
Mongo, do you too?
Oh, Mongo, no. Not anymore. And that's where it ends.
Okay.
I think.
Actually, as you guys, Maurice, as you guys are leaving town, like once you've left the guild hall, whether it's today or the next day or whatever, Ganja will come up to you with like a little bag, and he's like, "Look, 5 gold, that's yours. This is like the best dwarven gold you can get. They grow it in the mines."
I will give him 5 gold.
Oh, he'll give you a little bag of stuff.
You didn't miss anything.
What did my elven eyes witness while I wasn't paying
Tallahassee
attention?
missed a drug deal going down.
It's probably a good thing he missed that.
I worship a goddess of nature. I mean,
Yeah, you're
it's
about to get a
okay.
lot. You're about to get a lot closer to her.
It's okay. It's for remedies, herbal remedies for people who are in pain. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's about to reap that harvest.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's going to have an earthy smell to it, but yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
Oh man.
But, so does anybody else want to do anything? Oh, I was going to say Serena can pretty much stay at the guild hall in Andoterian as long as she wants. I mean, it's just like the one in Illumina. You can pretty much live there if you want to, or until she gets bored, wants to move on, or feels she's learned as much as she can, or whatever.
Yeah, just tell me when she should know the basics. It might take a while.
Give me an
And a lot of
intelligence
training.
roll.
Oh my god, that's my second worst stat.
Oh come on, yes, come on, do it.
14.
It's gonna be like a net 20.
Nat 20.
Come on, that 20, come on.
Won't even need to
I
stay.
got 14.
14.
Nice.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
That's not bad. It'll take you a couple of weeks to kind of get the basics down.
Okay, I'll keep track of that.
Okay. I mean, that's if you, and he'll even say you don't have to stay here in Andoterian the whole time. I mean, if you want to stay 3 or 4 days and then leave and come back later, just 2 weeks altogether, we'll say. However she wants to do it.
I kind of like the idea of just tackling one thing at a time. You surface dwellers have a pendants for leaving early and then not ever coming back to it.
Well, that's true. That's kind of true. And for everybody else, if they're going back, it'll be about a 3-day march back to Illumina. Or you can stay in Andoterian. Either one, wherever you want to be at.
Tallahassee doesn't, really have an opinion one way or another.
Well,
Wherever.
Illumina's definitely the big city, but
Well, I should probably be getting back to Illumina. I don't want to leave any potential patients waiting too long.
oh, and unfortunately, a little after the morning, it stops raining and the sun comes out and the
Oh,
skies
finally.
goes your way.
No! Come back. I
Mongo,
will
you
make
no
it
longer...
rain again. Ah,
I'll go follow Fat Man.
I'm going to follow Fat Man. Everybody gets one adventure tonight.
one adventure, yeah.
One adventure's worth of XP, or 1 XP.
Yes.
So, I guess I will stop the broadcast soon. We did have a viewer earlier, so thank them for watching. And anyone who watches in the future, thank you for that. And thanks everybody for playing. Hope you had a good time.
Just remember,
Thanks.
kids, don't do drugs.
Just remember,
That's right.
kids, as long as it's for whatever.
Yeah, don't smoke ganja. Don't smoke ganja except in California and Vermont, I think it is now in the States.
Colorado.
Oh, yeah, Colorado. I couldn't
I don't
forget
know about Vermont, but Oregon, Washington, pretty much everywhere now, I guess.
that. Okay. Well, they're doing
And
that
remember, there's no such thing as giant letter B's that run around buzzing at people.
There are, and as soon as I get a Rebel and Bard, I am going to show you exactly what I mean.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thanks. It was great.